Hey guys, YouTube War 100 here, and here's my review of WrestleMania 8. I just finished watching the show just now, and I gotta say this was a really, really good WrestleMania. And yeah, could probably even call it a great WrestleMania. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I think this is one of the most underrated WrestleManias of all time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just, yeah, this is just a really great WrestleMania. So let me just get right into this thing. Show kicked off with Reba McEntire singing the Star Spangled Banner. The first match of the night was Tito Santana versus Shawn Michaels, also accompanied by Sherry. Right. And I gotta say, this was a pretty good match right here. Yeah, this was Shawn Michaels' first WrestleMania as a singles competitor after breaking up with Marty Jannetty. And he came out to his music, which was sang by Sherry. And like I said, this was a pretty good match. Yeah, it was just pretty much just your average wrestling match. There's not really anything memorable about this match, but it was still good. I liked how in the middle of the match, Tito Santana was running to Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn Michaels giving the sweet chin music. I liked that. That looked pretty awesome. And in the end of this match, Shawn Michaels wins. So, an alright match. I give it about 3 stars. And then after that, there was an interview segment with Mean Gene interviewing Legion of Doom and Paul Ellering. That was an alright interview. Not really anything to talk about there, so let me just move on. And the next match was The Undertaker versus Jake the Snake Roberts. This was The Undertaker's first pay-per-view as a face. Yeah, and I think this match is also pretty good. I think this is one of The Undertaker's more underrated matches at WrestleMania. Yeah, this was pretty good. I mean, yeah, former partners in crime just going after each other. Yeah, not really too much to talk about here. Yeah, there were 2 DDTs by Jake the Snake Roberts on The Undertaker, but neither time he went for the cover. And yeah, after the first DDT, The Undertaker sat up from it, and then Jake the Snake Roberts got the second DDT on him. Then he was trying to go after Paul Bearer in the ear, and then The Undertaker came out of the ring and tombstone Jake the Snake Roberts on the floor and rolled him back into the ring and pinned him. And The Undertaker wins. So yeah, that was a pretty good match. I give it about 2 1/4. No, 2 3/4. I'm sorry, 2 3/4, not 2 1/4. All right. Anyway, and then the next match was the Intercontinental Championship match. Roddy Piper defending against Bret Hart. This is just a really, really great match right here. This was arguably match of the night. Not for me. Yeah, but yeah, this is still a real good match. It was a face versus face title match. Yeah, Roddy Piper just won back the Intercontinental title, and he just went after Roddy Piper. And the pre-match interview was kind of animosity between the two of them. Yeah, and in this match, there's just so much stuff happened. Roddy Piper spit on Bret Hart early in the match. And after I think Bret Hart got a dive attack on Roddy Piper and missed something, he pretended that he hurt his shoulder. And then when Piper let his guard down, Bret Hart went for a quick roll-up. Roddy Piper kicked out. And then Roddy Piper gave Bret Hart a quick sucker punch, and Bret Hart got busted open. And yeah, just so much great things about this match. I could go on for hours about this. And yeah, this was just a real awesome match. Where it's just, to me, what a WrestleMania match should be. Yeah, and referee got knocked out late in this match. Roddy Piper was going to hit Bret Hart with the ring bell, but then he decided not to and just threw it out, and he went for a sleeper hold. And Bret Hart countered it, and Bret Hart got the pin, and Bret Hart won. So yeah, that was a really good match right there. Bret Hart regained the Intercontinental Championship. I give it about 4.25. Great match right there. And then after that, there was a little promo segment with Bobby Heenan interviewing Lex Luger in Atlanta. And yeah, nothing really special about that promo. I mean, it was watchable, but yeah, I think it was something we could have gone without seeing. Right. Anyway. And the next match was an 8-man tag team match. The Nasty Boys, the Mountie, and the Repo Man, accompanied by Jimmy Hart versus Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Big Boss Man, and Virgil. And Virgil was wearing a nose mask because he broke his nose or something. Yeah, and Ray Combs from Family Feud, he made a bunch of jokes about the heels before the match, and those were hilarious. Yeah, and I thought this was decent. Yeah. I guess it was just something to kill time, I guess. Yes. Yeah, I mean, nothing really memorable about this. I guess it was just an alright match, yeah. Liked how the Mountie, he was gonna do a dive attack on, I think it was Virgil. But the Big Boss Man caught him in air. I think it was the Big Boss Man. And then all 8 of them were brawling. Yeah, the Nasty Boys, I think it was the Nasty Boys, yeah. They knocked off Virgil's nose mask. And then I think, yeah, it was hard to. I can't remember like who was doing what in the match, but yeah, it was someone from the face team. He took down the Nasty Boys, and Virgil got the pin, and then the faces won. Yeah, so it was an alright match. I give it about 2 3/4. And then the next match was the WWF Championship match. Ric Flair, accompanied by Mr. Perfect, defending against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Good God, this was awesome. This is one of the best title matches in WrestleMania history. This was just great. Randy Savage attacked Ric Flair in the aisleway at the beginning of the match, and Ric Flair got the upper hand on Savage after Mr. Perfect pulled Randy Savage off of Ric Flair. Ric Flair was in control for quite a while. For like, I don't know, 7, 8 minutes or something like that. And then Randy Savage made a comeback. He did his diving attack to the outside on Ric Flair. Ric Flair hit his head on the guardrail, and Ric Flair got busted wide open. Randy Savage got the flying elbow drop on Ric Flair. And Mr. Perfect pulled Savage off Ric Flair. And after this, so much awesome stuff happened in this match. The referee and Savage were distracted with Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect tossed some brass knuckles to Ric Flair. And Ric Flair hit Savage with the brass knuckles, and it looked like it might have been over there, and Randy Savage kicked out of that. Then, after that, Mr. Perfect grabbed a steel chair and hit Randy Savage in the knee. With it. And then, Miss Elizabeth was coming out with some officials, including one of them being Shane McMahon. Yes, thank you, Spinnernet, for telling us that. And then, in fact, one of the officials was Nick Bockwinkel. Well, yeah, and they were just trying to tell Miss Elizabeth to get away from ringside, and she refused to do it. And then Ric Flair got the figure 4 on Randy Savage. And Mr. Perfect was trying to help Ric Flair out. They were holding their hands together to try to get more leverage or something, and it prevented Randy Savage from reversing the hold. And then eventually the referee just kicked their hands away from each other, and Randy Savage did reverse it. And Savage tried to go for a quick roll-up. Ric Flair kicked out. And then Ric Flair got Randy Savage at a corner, and he was looking at Miss Elizabeth and saying something like, "You're mine, girl," or something like that. And then eventually Randy Savage rolled up Ric Flair, and had a handful of tights, and Randy Savage got the pin, and Randy Savage won the championship. And then after the match, we all saw what happened. Ric Flair kissed Miss Elizabeth, and she was slapping him, and then Randy Savage was going after Ric Flair, and all the officials were holding back Savage and Ric Flair. And then Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect eventually got out of there. And Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth were celebrating in the ring, and we saw the fireworks exploding. First around the ringside area, then above the Shawn, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so yeah, that was an awesome match right there, a bona fide 5-star match. And then we saw those great post-match interviews with Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby Heenan, interviewed by Shawn Mooney, and then Mean Gene interviewing Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, those are awesome promos right there. Right there. Yeah, and then the next match was Rick Martel versus Tatanka. Yeah, this was an okay match, yeah. Not really too much to talk about in this one, just kind of back and forth between the two. Well, not really, it was mostly Tatanka with the upper hand in this match, and yeah, all you really need to know is Tatanka got the win, so it was okay, 2.5 stars. And then the next match was the only real disappointment of this show. The Tag Team Championship match, Money Incorporated, Ted DiBiase, and IRS, accompanied by Jimmy Hart, versus the Natural Disasters, Earthquake, and Typhoon. Yeah, this match only lasted about 9 minutes. Nothing really happened during this time, and Money Inc. just grabbed the belts and ran off, and they got counted out, and the Natural Disasters won by countout. Yeah, that was, yeah, that's the only real disappointment of the show. I give it about 1.25 stars. Not too good at all. And then next match was Owen Hart versus Skinner. The match only lasted about a little over a minute. Match started with Skinner spitting tobacco in Owen Hart's face and just beating him up for the next minute or so. And then he threw Owen Hart over the top rope. Owen Hart held onto the rope and went back in and rolled up Skinner for the pin. Yeah, I'm not going to rate this match. It really wasn't bad for that minute it went for, but yeah, I still not going to rate it. And then we got the main event, and Hulk Hogan versus Sid Justice, accompanied by Harvey Whippleman. I think me and Spinnernet are the only two people in this world that actually enjoyed this match. Everybody else really seems to just hate it. Yeah, Trademark629 and said that he thinks that this is the worst WrestleMania main event ever. Yeah, I thought this was actually pretty good. This is kind of like Hulk Hogan's match with Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7. Yeah, mostly it was Sid with the upper hand, but I still thought it was enjoyable. Yeah, Sid hit Hulk Hogan in the back a couple times with a loaded doctor's bag that he got from Harvey Whippleman. And he chokeslammed Hulk Hogan and gave him a sidewalk slam and a power bomb. Hulk Hogan survived that, did his usual thing, Hulk up, and then he actually body slammed Sid instead of the 3 punches and the big boot, and went for the leg drop. And this is the problem people have with it, because we all know what was supposed to happen here. If Papa Shango was supposed to come to the ring and break up the count, and Sid was supposed to get disqualified that way, Papa Shango missed his cue, Sid kicked out of the leg drop, and then Harvey Whippleman got involved in the match. And then the referee called for the bell for disqualification on Sid. Then we saw Papa Shango running down to the ring, and him and Sid were double teaming Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan got caught in the ropes. They were double teaming him. And then the Ultimate Warrior's music came on, and the Ultimate Warrior ran to the ring, made his return, and then saved Hulk Hogan, clotheslined Papa Shango out of the ring, and Sid hit the Ultimate Warrior in the back with the chair, and Hulk Hogan grabbed the chair away from Sid, and yeah, then Hulk Hogan was announced the winner of the match, and Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior were celebrating in the ring, and we saw the fireworks exploding and going off in the ring. Yeah, so yeah, actually did enjoy this match, despite the fact that most people didn't. And yeah, I give it about 3.5 stars. Yeah, overall, the show I give it about an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I thought this was a really good WrestleMania. Yeah, it's Spinnernet's favorite WrestleMania of all time. Yeah, I think that this is pretty good WrestleMania. I might say it's probably in the top 10, top 15, somewhere in there. So yeah, this was a really great WrestleMania. And yeah, you should really check it out if you haven't seen it. Yeah. So right there's my review of WrestleMania 8. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.